very helpful in this struggle to establish roots in those localities. Please reach out to our team lead,
Okay, dat is
Mr.
mooi. Nu ga ik streamen op Facebook.
Thank you, Comrade Grace. I know there are a little bit. There are a few more new teams, but because we've ridden on late, I'd like us to call upon our principal again to address us, and I'll request. I'll be recording that session. And then we can, if we have any questions, let's type them in the chat room. That way, maybe he can respond to those questions. Once you type a question in the chat room, I'll read that question out, and the principal will be able to respond to that question. And then we can keep time for purposes of just saving time. Because of the technical difficulty and all that. We'll hopefully do this again in a more with a more accepted number of people. The support is tremendous, so that's the tricky part. So let me call upon the principal, if Comrade Mike can kindly have the principal speak. But let's start again. Comrades, if you have any questions, since you can't speak, go on. I will be noting those questions down. I want to appreciate all teams, Greece, Oman, Bahrain. If you don't know your team leader, kindly go to the chat room and raise that. If you don't know your team leader, if you have any questions on how to help, on how to support, kindly put that in the chat, and then we can go on. But this session is going to be a recorded session, and so that the principal can address us. Mr. Principal, if you're ready.
Yeah, he's on. He's unmuted.
Thank you, comrades. I hope I can be heard now.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Sure. Thank you very much. My apologies, comrades. I dropped off. I don't know at what point I actually dropped off. You will bear with me. We have network and internet issues here. However, I was trying to communicate to you, comrades, appreciating you for turning up in extremely large numbers. So motivating to know that it is so many of us, ladies and gentlemen, especially outside Uganda, rooting for Uganda. I salute you, comrades. I'd already delivered greetings from Uganda, from the men and women struggling on ground, and I'd already communicated my and our appreciation, comrades, for all the great work you're putting in and the support you give us every day in every way, financial and otherwise. We salute you, comrades. And yes, I'd also encourage all of you to keep doing whatever is in your ability to see that we fathom this struggle to liberate this, our motherland. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I also suggested that I don't delve into the problem of Uganda because you guys in the diaspora, I believe that you are very much aware of the challenges of the problem of Uganda. And that is the reason why many of you are actually not home. And even those that did not get politically, active and concerned about our country, you know that the times you've been in those well-governed countries, in those developed countries, you've learned a thing or two about our country, and you know that we can and must make it better. Now, comrades, talking about our agenda is one, to save our country from misrule, to put an end to the Museveni dictatorship. You know as well as I know that our country would be better if we had accountable leaders, if our leaders were answerable to us, as it is in all those well-governed countries. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So what is our mission? This is a mission to freedom. This is a mission to create a Uganda that we can be proud of, a Uganda that we can be in those countries where you guys are, and be proud to be called a Ugandan, unlike now when we get shy when we are called Ugandans. We want, among many things, to have, you know, a people-centered government, a government that is, you know, a servant leadership, not a bossy leadership, where we guys are going to be the masters of our country and the leaders will be true servants. But right now it's a vice versa. We want a country that respects the rule of law, where our human rights are upheld, where we know that we matter, where our vote matters, where our voice matters. Yeah, we've said it before, among the East 5 agenda, you know, missions that we are focusing on is to, you know, have equal access to quality medical services and education, where our children will not be studying far like it is here. We want inclusive economic development, where even we, the Ugandans, benefit from the economic development of our country. As you know right now, ladies and gentlemen, that the so-called investors are the bosses. They give them our land, they give them our money, and yes, we forfeit our own rights for them. We want to, you know, save the remaining of the rights on our land and the natural resources. I cannot tell you enough, because you guys are always on the internet. You know how much of our natural resources are no longer ours. Our gold is not our gold anymore. Our, you know, all the natural resources are not ours anymore. And also, you know, improve or have our absolute freedom from poverty, etc., etc. How do we get this, comrades? We are making a strategic plan. Our main plan is
Mr. Principal, I think
no, we have.
Mr. Principal.
Did I go off?
Yes, your network froze for a little bit. If you can repeat the last two sentences, maybe, and then
Where do
we
you
can
want me
pick
to
it.
pick it from, comrade?
Right on the last two offices, the strategic plan for achieving the challenges that you mentioned in the past.
Sure.
Thank you.
Allow me sip a coffee. And share with you as well. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Having talked about our mission and our whole, our you know, key points that we want to you know,
the YouTube link.
achieve, I was talking about our strategy. Our strategy is democracy. Our strategy is not violence. We intend to go into an election well sensitized, well communicated to as a nation. We look at 2021 as a rare opportunity. Therefore, we had to metamorphose from the people power movement to a national unity platform. We are still the people power movement. The people power movement was a mass, was and still is a mass movement that was aimed at opening the eyes of our people, sensitizing them to realize that indeed power belongs to them. But how do they tap into that power? They, having come together with various formations and various Ugandans from different walks of life, here we are. Unfortunately, we were not able, as you all know, we were not able to fully convince all the formations, all the political formations, and therefore we had to introduce the National Unity Platform as a political party that will organize us to go into the election. So the National Unity Platform is our political platform that brings all of us together, especially those of us that are running for office, to be able to implement the ideals that we have in practical sense. Therefore, the National Unity Platform, NUP. Why the NUP, ladies and gentlemen? we are going into government. We are going in government, and we needed to be organized, and this is how we are organized. But most importantly, I might say that even those that are not in the National Unity Platform, for example, we have comrades that belong or lead other political formations, but these are resourceful comrades. These are comrades with whom we share ideals, with whom we share values, and we'll continue to work with them under the people power.
Kijk op de stream het nog doet. We hebben dus een Zoom met maximaal 300 mensen. Dus er zijn heel veel mensen die erop willen komen.
I think the principal just either dropped off or lost the network connection again.
Can you hear me, comrades?
Not
Yes,
very clear.
Comrade Haman.
Yeah.
Yes, you're back now.
I will request you, comrades, to bear with me, please. Our network is not the best, and I want to believe that it is the weather, not the regime tapping. Having said that, comrades, I personally look at this as a golden opportunity. I look at this as the only opportunity that God has given to our generation to put an end to this oppression. As many of us who have been following the events in Uganda, you notice that President Museveni is laying ground for further oppression. He's laying ground for rigging this election. As a matter of fact, he's laying ground to make sure that people don't express their views. As you are aware, the COVID situation has been a golden he has seen this as a golden opportunity to suppress our voices, to stop us from, reaching out to the people. This seems, although it is being counted as an election, but it's more or less a joke, because, comrades, we are going to into an election where the leader of a country does not allow us even to reach out to the people. Just a day ago, you saw how millions upon millions of people came out to vote in the NRM primaries. But again, a few days ago, Honorable Utamaguzi was arrested. He's reporting mistreatment and torture, all in the name of observing the SOPs of COVID-19. So that being as it is, I must say again that we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, because the demographics are on our side. Comrades, people from east to west, from south to north, everywhere we've been, and indeed everywhere that our comrades have been, there is massive support. There's a massive cry for change, and that is what we look at. That is what we hope to tap into, to turn the tables once and for all on Museveni. And I must remind us, comrades, that if we don't succeed now, if we don't do what we must do now, looks like we will be sentencing ourselves to yet another 50 or even more years of dictatorship, because President Museveni and his, and those that feed off his hands seem determined not to allow our voices, to raise. They seem not determined not to allow us at any one moment put an end to the operation that, of course, they profit here from. So with those few words, comrades, I want to thank you and to salute you for continuing the fight, for having the country at heart, for not giving up, for giving us energy, for guiding us, for criticizing us whenever it's necessary, and yes, for helping in all ways, financial, moral, etc. Right now, we are meeting, and I celebrate that. I look forward to fruitful deliberations from you, comrades. And again, I want to thank you, the leaders. Guys, you motivate us. We all seem to be learning on the job, because indeed, none of us ever expected some 5 years that we will be here talking about our country. But now that we are here, we must do it and do it all. I thank you, Comrade Hammond. I salute you, and I must also tell you that it was my hope and prayer that I personally or share the duty with other comrades to reach out to you personally. But owing to the COVID-19, we are unable to visit you in your different countries to connect. But I look forward to us connecting even virtually, because after all, I've been saying it and I continue to say it, that it's not about me reaching you physically. For as long as the message reaches you, for as long as we continue the forceful push against the dictatorship, we are definitely going to overcome. So I thank you and I look forward to fruitful deliberations, ladies and gentlemen. I bring back the microphone to you, team leader, and I salute all of you, friends.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you, principal. Thank you, Honorable Chagulanyi, for that elaborate address. However, I know you tried to summarize that to the best of your abilities. I'm going to request the host to kindly keep your microphone unmuted, because I'm going to read out the questions and you will respond to those. Madam Grace, I hope you can help me take on a few more questions. Madam Host, kindly request the principal to unmute. Sorry.
Yeah, I've sent the request.
Thank you. If you can kindly, thank you very much. No.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. All right. I have questions. I tried to take out a few questions. Comrades, if you have any questions, kindly put those questions in the chat room. Madam Grace is going to note them. If there are the questions I've already read, then she will filter those out. I hope you're ready, sir.
Sure.
You're ready,
Sure.
Comrade Chago. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So Nakanja asks, how are you going to deal with many candidates being on the same, running for the same position? That question I think you're very familiar with. We have a situation where candidates are running for the same position in the same constituency. Charles asks, are you going to hold primaries? Again, a question you're familiar with. Galaxy S10 is asking, what shall the diaspora do? Do you want question by question or four questions at a time?
Yeah, sure. I would think maybe two, as to make it this more interactive.
Okay, all right. So if you can respond to those two and maybe, yeah.
Yes, I thank you, Comrade Haman. Yeah, that was a mind-boggling question right from the beginning, when we called out to people, especially young people in Uganda, to get involved, to run for office. Indeed, it was a massive response. And yes, as you can see, many comrades are running for the same position. Question is, how are we going to deal with that? We established the election management committee to identify the comrades that share the same ideals with us, the people power and NUP candidates who are running for the same position. And yes, our effort has been to harmonize those comrades, to remind them, because that's a question that was massively coming from the population. How are we going to handle this? We have greatly succeeded in harmonizing comrades, because yes, much as we have so many comrades running for same positions, I must tell you, comrades, that we have some parts of the country where actually we don't have candidates. So we've been advising comrades to agree so that they run for different positions without necessarily having to clash. But yes, for areas where we've not been able to harmonize those comrades, then we are going to organize primaries, because ultimately we are people power. We don't want to decide from boardrooms. We want this to be decided with the people. Of course, there are some areas where we drew a scoreboard, where we also take time to analyze who is the more qualified candidate, who is the more real candidate, etc. But whenever we cannot harmonize these comrades, we are going to be forced to organize primaries in those very problematic areas, so that people power prevails.
All right, thank you. The question from Galaxy S10 is asking, what would you like the diaspora to do in preparation for the election, both in preparation for the election and even post-election? How would you like the diaspora to offer support, and what would you like?
Dat gebruiken ze op.
And then another question from Geoffrey Katumba is what plans on the growing foreign debt in Uganda?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Comrade, kindly be brief on your responses so that I read through maybe 7 or 8 more questions before
Thank you very
have
much.
another
The
arrangement.
diaspora is already doing so much, and yes, I know you can do much, much more. Keep your eyes and ears home. Keep supporting in any way you can support. We already appreciate, and yes, we shall appreciate more. Keep raising your voices. Keep the cameras on. Keep pressuring your governments. Keep reaching out, and of course, other options are going to come through your leaders, because I might not have all the answers ready now, but keep doing what you have been doing and do some more, comrades. About the growing national debt, of course, there we have a lengthy response to that, courtesy of our policy team. But I must also tell you that there are some of those debts that are being illegally received by President Museveni. We have gone ahead to put those lenders on notice that some of those illegal debts, we are not going to pay them because they are being received illegally.
Thank you. Do you have any comment about voting in the diaspora? Also, I have a few comrades who are asking about the language. They're saying that we should have a more diverse communication media, being that we are a very diverse country. The spokesperson and the communication team.
Am I there, comrades?
Yes, yes. Did you hear my 2 questions? Honorable Chagulanyi, are you still with us?
It should be on unless it's a little glitch.
Yeah, it's a little glitch. Did you hear the 2 questions, comrade?
Please ask them again. I'm sorry. You kept pausing, and I thought you had actually paused. Kindly ask it again.
Okay, so the first question from Ruth Nyangoma is that what are we going to do for communication, being that we have many languages? I know that we decentralized in a way where we have regional offices now, and maybe the question is asking, can we communicate more on a regional basis as opposed to having communication in one language? And then the other is, how are you going to deal with the comrades? Any ideas or suggestions? This is from Jeff Amakanga, who is one of our coordinators in Japan. He's asking how to deal with the people who put their selfish interests first and initially present as part of the struggle. Then maybe I'll add on a third.
Dit is voor de Zoom.
Asks what is the plan for the high level of youth unemployment. That includes the people in the Middle East and the people who are suffering in the Arabic, those countries. So those are the 3 questions. If you'd like me to summarize them again, I can.
Thank you very much. Maybe before that, I did not respond to the question of you guys in the diaspora and the possibility of taking part in the election. You know that the court ruled that Ugandans in the diaspora and Ugandans in prison are entitled to voting. I must also tell you, comrades, that recently we had a meeting with the Electoral Commission and we raised that issue with the Electoral Commission. And they blatantly told us that it will not be possible because of budgetary constraints. So I regret to inform you, comrades, that the Electoral Commission of Uganda has no intention of making it possible for you to cast your vote for the leaders you want. About regional communication, we are trying as much as possible to take it down to the common people, to communicate to them in the language they most understand. I personally have 4 regional deputies from the north, from the east, from the west, and from central, and it has been a duty bestowed upon the regional deputies to ensure that our message is broken down in the simplest way possible to our lowest people to understand. And indeed, the regional deputies are doing a great job. I want you to salute them. For me, Comrade Zedriga, Dr. Zedriga Lina, the Deputy President, Northern Uganda, Comrade Nambeshe John Patrick, the Deputy President, Eastern Uganda, Comrade Jole Mujisha, the Deputy President, Western Uganda, and Comrade Matthias Mpoga, Deputy President, Central Uganda. You ask also about the selfish interests that some comrades put ahead of this struggle. Well, that is an issue we are grappling with, and we hope that these comrades will understand that no matter what position you get, for as long as we are still under the tight grip of General Museveni, it will not matter. I've told them that I am member of parliament, while many of them are intending to be members of parliament, and it's a do or die for them to become MPs. I am MP already, but I'm not even allowed to walk on the street. So they should know that our battle is bigger than their personal interests. But again, many of them are getting the point, and I hope many of them will get the point further. About youth unemployment, man, that is a big challenge that we have. We have had ideas, we have had thoughts, and we continue to brainstorm with the policy team on how best to go about it. It's a lengthy solution program that, because you asked me to be brief, that I won't go into right now. But again, we are working on it. Our policy team is working around the clock to ensure that we have the solutions by the time we take office.
Thank you very much, Comrade. I'll allow Comrade Grace to ask maybe 2 or 3 questions, that I haven't taken note of, and then we shall maybe have you go ahead and move on with your busy schedule. We can stay and deliberate and get answers. I have some people asking for their teams in the respective countries, and I'll be answering those questions once the principal is done. Madam Grace Chivoneka, do you have our moderator, do you have any additional questions?
Yes, thank you for providing the opportunity to add to those questions. We had a question from Australia around how this went directly to the principal, how the principal is going to manage the transition when...
Am I still on, Comrade Haman?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. I'm just having Madam Grace ask you a question or 2 before we let you depart.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you both.
Question. So the question is, what is the plan for NUP to manage the transition, assuming that NUP takes power? And to back onto that question, it's also in recognition that a lot of the executives at the Secretariat are also running for political elective positions. So what is that? What would that plan look like? Then there was a question about what is the plan on addressing and helping youth that are currently in detention. And another question that I saw here was about how, maybe you can mention again, how you consider that diaspora to be part of dealing with shaping policy questions in Uganda. It feels, I think, the sentiment is that the diaspora is not ably being engaged in that arena. So if you can comment on those 3 questions. Thank you. Did we lose the principal?
He should, oh, yeah. He's on, he's back on. Let me unmute. Yeah, he's back on.
Am I back on, comrades?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry I kept going off, and I was supposed to take a question.
Oh, you didn't?
Yes, the first question, can you hear me, Honorable Chagulanyi? This is Grace Chiboneka.
Sure, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
So if you can comment on the issue about transition, we believe that NUP will take the reins of government, but there is a recognition that a lot at the Secretariat are also running for elective office. So 1, can you comment on how you see the transition being managed with that environment? And 2 is a question about youth that are in detention. How are we helping those that are currently in safe houses? What is the plan for that? And the 3rd question, if you may, what avenues could the diaspora be actively engaged in to inform and help shape policy questions, or be more active in shaping policy questions that are being developed in Uganda? There is a sense that those avenues, or there's kind of a bottleneck that diaspora voice is not being heard. Thank you.
Were those relayed, comrade? Honorable Chagulanyi, are you there?
He should be on.
Yeah, it seems frozen.
Thank you very much. Although I did not get the last question. Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, with a terrible delay, but I think it's getting fixed. Just keep going. There's a terrible connection issue, but I need you to
bear with me. I was asked about it. Sure. And I hope you can hear me now.
Yeah, that's way better. That's way better.
Yeah. I was asked about the transition. Sure. You can hear me now.
Perfectly. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we need a transition from a military government to a civilian government. You notice that our country being misruled for the last 35 years, it has been very, very, very heavily damaged. And it's going to take a lot of work
Katrina?
from a lot of people, a lot of us. We are a very divided country, very, very divided. Many of the resourceful people are more or less have lost hope in their country. It is going to be tough, but it's going to be possible for us to restore sanity in our country. But for starters, we need to have it as a country in its nation. We need to be citizens. That and more, we are going to
Yeah, again,
not just members of the National Unity Platform, but all change-seeking forces, both from opposition. Yes, I've said it before that many from the government itself are people that love their country but don't have the right to think for themselves.
yes.
About communities that are in safe houses, friends, we are living.
Should I mute?
No, it's a network glitch. Eh?
Yeah.
I think it slows up. Yeah,
because
we can.
he's recording. I can see it from this side. His bandwidth is very low.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very low.
All
right. Do I keep breaking?
Yes, it's. I think, Principal, it's because you're recording.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
No, I think. Are you recording? Is it recording?
Yeah, he's recording, so it's burning all the bandwidth.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Comrade, we are recording on our end. Yeah, if you unrecord, if you just don't record, then we will record on our end. And then you know, so that you don't freeze up. Yeah, the network will clear up. All right, go on. I think you can go on now.
Should I go on, Comrade Hammond?
Yes, please. Yes, go ahead.
Well, it's raining outside here. Probably that's what is keeping is making my internet problematic.
Yeah, you are recording. So if you can leave the recording to Comrade Mai, then we can, so that we can hear you clearly. Is that all right? You can go ahead. Let's try it one more time.
Let me check if it's on. Yeah, it should be.
Okay. All right. Yes, now you can go ahead and speak.
Can you hear me, Comrade Hammond?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sure, thank you. I was saying that about the safe houses, the illegal detention centers, and communities that are being illegally kept.
All right. I think the bandwidth list has closed up. I would prefer, maybe with Madame Grace's advice, that maybe we rearrange it for next time, so that we can better have a more clear conversation, if that's okay, because the network is completely terrible. If you can try and give your final remarks, if that works. If it doesn't let you, we shall have you come back maybe another time in a more elaborate way. Go ahead, Comrade Chagulan.
If I try to speak and then you record it and replay it for the comrades, can that work better?
Maybe we can. Yes, maybe you can do that actually, and we'll send you a copy of the recording from our end,
sure.
So that you can.
Thank you.
You can play that. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll just give a few closing remarks, comrades. Unfortunately, the network just won't do us justice. However, I will salute all of you. Thank you for the work that you're doing, and I request you to are in the right position of history comments. Let's continue doing what we're doing. It is the first time it's happening that Ugandans are connecting from all over the world, those in America, those in Asia, those in Africa, where let's do this as a...
Je hebt de tortellini's erin niet in gedaan, hè?
Ja.
Wel?
Goed,
oké.
Yeah.
Yeah, the network has been unfair to us and to
our
you.
generation to do what is right. Which I always get encouraged and motivated by you, ladies and gentlemen, who keep doing this. Let's do it. I know it's not going to be easy. Let's keep doing what you're doing. I look forward to interacting with you, with better network, with better organization, and God willing, we'll be able to accomplish this. I salute you for God and my country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir, and I apologize for the trouble. I don't know. I mean, thank you for taking the time off your busy schedule. And we'll be hopefully in touch and arrange something similar with better arrangements like you have ironed out. I will request Comrade Mai to allow people to speak maybe. And now that Comrade Chagulanyi is off, we can allow a few people to speak and see if that works. But I beg kindly that Madam Grace maybe guides on how we'll move forward. Madam Grace, is your video working?
No, my video failed, but I have audio. I think you can hear me.
We can hear you audibly enough,
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you guys for hanging in there and remaining patient and positive. For anything, I mean, we are trailblazers. You could see in Honorable Chagulanyi's video how, how much resolved he is. And I think that is really a strong signal, and it inspires. It should be really inspiring to all of us to do the best, the most we can, to stand up and walk, even when we are limping or can hardly breathe. So, and those are all words that he passed out way long in his music that keep this fire going and should keep us motivated to do more, even under this small internet glitch that may be probably infiltrated by who. So we shall overcome and stay positive. I think there is more to celebrate the fact that we have launched this kind of interaction. We could have done better in so many ways, but there is always a second chance, and hopefully next time it will be better. I have a question. Is it possible to capture the text from the chat so we can pick up the questions there? My thought was maybe if we took out some of the unanswered questions, we could relay them again to Honorable Chagulanyi at his time. He could probably review those and provide us some thoughts on those questions, so at least they get to be responded to. If not, then I would request that those that are part of our discussion for the remainder of this time is also for people to, if they have a chance to put their hands up and be chosen to speak, to restate their questions so that they are captured in our minutes and in some ways be addressed. Mike, can you guide on whether we can pick up the text from the chat as a part of our record?
Unfortunately, it's a little disorganized. I'm going to pick a few, but in the meantime, if you guys allow, we can pick the hands that are raised.
Okay.
I see a few hands that are raised here. If I'm definitely going to pick people who have. Hold on just a second. Sorry, I was trying to bring back Hamad. So, Grace, you start with. I think let's start with Agnes Kaziba. I hope you're on. You want to do that, Grace? See those hands that are up so I can.
Yeah, I'm in the screen here, and yeah. So I think Agnes, you can briefly state what you would like to share with the group, and if there is a specific question you would have wished for the principal to address that wasn't addressed, please restate it and be brief. Thank you.
Agnes?
Yes.
If Agnes is not around, then there is Walter James Okello. I'm going to unmute you.
So please state your question and any quick submission briefly.
Okello, you're on.
Yes, very good evening to all. My name is James from India. My question is about MPs who have served more than 2 terms and they are crossing over from other parties to NUC. How are we going to deal with those? MPs, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Okello. We are not responding to your question, but we want to hear what your issue is, and hopefully we can get those summarized and have the principal address, and we'll have a mechanism of sharing that information. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I will request the team leaders also. If you're here, I know Comrade Jaja Ibu in South Africa is here. The respective team leaders, if we can, if you can somehow let us know if you're available. We'll have you say a word or two before we disperse. We'll be here for another 10-15 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes before we close, Madam Grace, if that's okay with you.
Yes, thank you for checking on that time, Mr. Team Leader. Okay, Ms. Mai, would you please identify anyone else
who are some of the team leaders?
I will.
Online.
I will.
Yeah,
I will be reading out them. I will be reading them out, and then I'll call upon them to say a word or two. Chris Sam from Bahrain, Jaja Ibu from South Africa are on, and then
I don't know their usernames.
I will relay that to you. I will relay that to you.
So many hands up. I don't even know where to start from.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Get me some of the names for the leaders.
Okay.
Yes, Jaja Ibu would like to submit.
What's his username? If you
Musoke Lule.
Okay, Mr. Musoke Lule, unmute. There he goes.
Submit. Yes, hello comrades. I greet you all wherever you are. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is sad that I missed the most part of the principal's address. Of course, we were launching. Can I have some silence, please? It is sad that sorry, comrades. It is sad that we are having some. I missed the most part of the principal's address today. We were launching the NUP cards in South Africa, and this exercise was taking place in all provinces in South Africa. But of course, my call to all people, especially us in the diaspora, is to play our part. Many of us, we want change, and this is actually the same thing that I said to colleagues here, that we want change. But before you ask yourself, before you say you want to change, first ask yourself, what submission, what contribution have you made to make sure that that change is realistic? It is going to take more than just a word. It is going to take more than just posting on Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever social media platform. It is going to take involvement. We as leaders in the diaspora, we are reaching out to people, and some people, they think they are doing us a favor to be able to make a contribution to this struggle. You are not doing Jaja Ibu a favor, you are not doing Haman a favor, you are not doing any coordinator or leader anywhere. You are doing a favor to yourself. You are actually favoring yourself. So therefore, I appeal to all colleagues in the diaspora, wherever they are, whoever that is listening, please, let's get involved. Our main contribution actually that we can add to the struggle back home is to contribute financially, logistically, and all kinds of contributions, especially financially. I mean, in South Africa today, but this country where we are, it was one time in a situation the way like the one that is taking place in Uganda. There was a time when black people were actually marginalized. They were treated like third-class citizens. For you to travel from a country, place, where here they call it locations, but in America, you understand they call them a country. For you to be able to travel from the country to go to town, you required a visa. And that visa, it had an expiry time, whereby if you were found in town after the expiry time of that visa, you were actually going to be imprisoned. Okay? In your own country, but it took the people like Nelson Mandela, Robert Sobukwe, Walter Sisulu, Oliver Tambo to come together and say enough is enough. Fellow comrades, I'm encouraging, I'm mobilizing all of us in the diaspora to come out and make a contribution. Reach out to your area coordinator, reach out to everybody, to reach out to your area leader, in every structure where you are, make a contribution to make sure that this struggle is realistic. We are not going to drive, we are not going to sit down and say, we want to change. Museveni again, Museveni is not going to Uganda with the Vigambo. Museveni is not going to Uganda with the Vigambo. We have launched these cards in the diaspora. Reach out to your area coordinator, buy these cards. You are not buying this card because of just for the sake of buying. You are actually making a contribution. There are so many ways of making the contribution. We are having a monthly fundraising here in South Africa and other areas in the diaspora. Please reach out, make a contribution, however little it is. Small by small, it makes something. Omuganda agamba nti kamuka mugwe Muganda. So therefore, colleagues, I don't want to waste too much time, but this is my humble appeal to every one of us in the diaspora. Let's contribute to the struggle. Let's contribute, especially financially, to the struggle. That is how we are going to be able to achieve the goal. That's how we are going to be able to achieve this change that we so badly need, that we are yearning for, that we have been longing for a very long time. I salute you all for God and my country. People power, our power. NUP, collective. NUP, comrade team leader. I would love to call my colleagues to come here in front of the camera so that we can say hi to fellow colleagues all over the world. People power. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. South Africa. Everywhere. When I say you say everywhere, you say NUP. South Africa. NUP. Johannesburg. NUP. Tabani. NUP. Limpopo.
Alright, muna so nyuma men, tuba just so I'm going to call upon a lady.
Our comrades are still on, but sometimes that's how we ride the struggle. That's what boosts our morale.
Yeah.
I'll call upon Doreen.
Doreen, yeah.
Yeah, Doreen from Canada. She's the team leader in Canada, along with Brenda Nakato. Doreen Kajumba, if you can kindly unmute yourself, and then we can hear from you briefly.
I can't do the unmute thing right now because we will be raided. But let me get Doreen. Is Doreen using the name Doreen though? People Power Toronto?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. All right, here you go. Doreen,
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Doreen Kajumba, lead of Canada coordinators. I would like to thank everyone who is doing anything. To them, that it may look small, but to the struggle, it means a lot. This struggle should be for all of us because we are doing it for not only ourselves, but for our future children. So whatever you can give, please give. Like Jaja Ibu said, we will not just say 7 should go with words. We need to raise whatever support we can because we are dealing with someone who has the national coffers in his hands. We are only depending on Ugandans to fundraise and make the struggle a success. So my plea to everyone is please give whatever you can. I know even if it is 1,000, it can make a difference. For God and my country. Oh, sorry, before I forget, I would like to thank my Canada team. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. You're amazing. Everyone else in the diaspora who is preparing a fundraising barbecue, you guys are amazing. And I wish you all the best. People power, our power, NUP everywhere, everywhere, NUP. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doreen. We have a comrade from Bahrain, Chris Sam. The name is here.
Samuel Bahrain.
Chris Sam. CHRIS.
Oh, Chris Sam. Okay. There we go.
Hi guys, I'm from Bahrain. I'm the coordinator in Bahrain, and we currently ordered for the cards. We are going to receive 50 cards within 2 to 3 days. We shall be receiving them. We contacted Patricia Mbisha for the cards. But as far as contribution is concerned, I went on talking to my friends, the ones I can meet, and I sent my fellow coordinator here. We can make a banner so that we can send it to our team leader, Haman, so that he can post it for other people so that they can know that we are the coordinators of Bahrain. And the cards here, it will be for the people who are here from Bahrain, the cards will be 5 dinar. You reach out to me and I'll send someone else from another side of Bahrain so that they can be easily get. I mean, this of the COVID, most of us have lost jobs,
Your
but
mama say, I'm on my way. Dat is
what
2
we
uur
can
geleden.
give, it's what we can get. So we cannot say that we will be buying the cards
Weet je nog dat ik zei
cheap
1
price,
minuut?
because if we buy the cheap price, the NUP offices, they are
Zelfs niet,
looking
niet
for
eens 1
money
uur voorbij, het is 2 uur voorbij.
for about 1.7 billion. That's a lot of money. So if we don't contribute, if we don't give something, they will never get that money. So it starts from us. I mean, this of what amount you get of salary, just utilize for the 3 months, give something. People power, our power.
Thank you. I want to close. I think, Madam Grace, if you may allow me to close, or would you like us to go on for a little bit?
I think if we have some coordinators that are still available, maybe we can do another 2 5 minutes.
Okay.
To allow them to put out that message of the fundraising and what's happening in their area to make that connection. I think it's worthwhile.
All right. Any coordinators, kindly go to the chat room. Madam Grace will capture your name, and then we'll have you speak.
How many Karim is on?
All right. Yeah, we can have Comrade Brenda and Comrade Karim. If we can have the name, if we can have the name, we'll appreciate it.
Karim, unmute.
Hi everyone, people power,
our power.
I want to thank everyone, mostly my comrades in Boston. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be with you yesterday, but you really did a tremendous job. The comrades in Canada have been seeing what you're doing. We really appreciate the team in UK. I would also like to take the opportunity to welcome our new comrades, our new coordinators from the various chapters. Thanks for joining the family. We are growing, and we shall be unveiling a few other team members that are going to be joining in the different states for orientation. Here in Washington, D.C., we shall be having our picnic on the 26th of September. That's the day we shall be unveiling our NUP cards. Please, everyone, continue the good work. Don't fear anything. Nothing worth saying is inoffensive to everybody. Nothing worth doing for the struggle will fail to make you enemies, and nothing worth saying will fail to bring you a confrontation. But keep striving, keep moving on. People power, our power. Thank you so much, gentlemen and ladies.
Thank you, Mr. Karim. I would like to also call upon Comrade Isaac Katongole from Denmark. He works with Comrade Henrich Timber to give a brief submission. Madam Grace, you are in charge of guiding me if you feel the time we are going.
Yes, that is perfect. We still have time for that.
We still have a little time.
All right.
I think next you said Nakato. And
yes,
Mr. William Senko is going to represent us from California since Madam Aisha is on.
Okay, so we have those three. I think California, Mr. Kitimbo, and Ms. Nakato. Those will be the last three speakers. Thank you.
Mr. Isaac, you're on.
Yeah. Thank you, comrades. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Isaac speaking from Denmark. I thank you for organizing the meeting with the principal. I think the start was not bad. There is a lot of people who are trying to come in, but next time we'll do better. Yeah, I'll brief you about our barbecue we had yesterday. We are able to sell almost all the cards we got from UK, those ones which we ordered from Uganda. they have not yet reached, but hopefully they will.
He's muted again. I think he touched his phone accidentally.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I think I'm on now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are able to sell almost all the cards. We are left with a few, but on Monday we are hoping to receive those ones we ordered from Uganda. And the turn up was great. A lot of people were asking even the materials like the banners and the barrettes. We hope that we tried to order them from Kampala, but they told us because of the political issues that you cannot transport the materials. But Chitimbo said there's like an organizational process to get them from China. So hopefully we'll be able to get those materials here. But it is very positive here. The ground is fertile.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for that very encouraging message. If it's okay, Madam Grace, allow me communicate. Hopefully I had a comrade from India. Let me give let me read out the phone number for you to reach out. And then we can put you through orientation and see how we can set up a team in the different chapters wherever you are in the diaspora. The phone number to text or WhatsApp is +1 857 719 4451. Many places do have teams, but some people don't know, or they're like, I don't know where this is. And that's why we set up engagements like this, so that we can introduce our comrades and team leaders in the various areas. Do not lie to yourself. Just a quick communication. Do not ever tell yourself that you can do this by yourself. If you start to feel like you're running away from the team, if you're saying, me, I'll do my own thing, I think that will not be a significant contribution. I'll give an example. If you give, let me say, $1, and that's that's the most you can give. But if you're 100 people, you can always give 100. Now, I would rather stick with 100 people, however difficult it is. As soon as you start working with people, sometimes it's hard, there's pushback, but I'd rather stick with 100 people and work as a team than working independently, just because we have an ultimate goal. We have a big goal to achieve, and there's no single person that can succeed at achieving that goal.
Right, Madam Aisha is on from my representative from California. Since I've come myself.
Can I request to limit to 1 minute, please?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Thank you.
Madam Aisha, you're on. 1 minute.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to some of those who are sleeping right now. My name is Aisha, Coordinator, California Chapter. I thank everybody who have attended this meeting. For California, we've been mobilizing and fundraising. So far, we had 2 Zoom fundraisings, and we've managed at least to accumulate almost $60,000, and we have like almost 20,000 in cash, and we still have like 40,000 in pledges. Events we have a barbecue on the 19th here in San Francisco. We have another barbecue in LA in October. So we'll continue to fundraise, and we are continuing to ask people to contribute. We need money, and we need everyone to contribute. However much you can contribute, please do. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being brief, Ms. Aisha. Can we also add to our list someone from Mr. Bonnie representing Samson from China? And we still need to talk with Ms. Nakato. So 1 minute, please.
Bonnie?
Bonnie from China.
Yeah, he's here.
Please be brief. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Bonnie from China. My name is Seguia, actually. Right now we are having a couple of fundraising programs that we are working on, and we're expecting a lot of money from everyone in China. It looked like we have been a little bit late in fundraising programs because of a few issues. I expected Mr. Sampson to be here to be able to talk on our behalf, but since he's not here, that's why I raised my hand. But I continue to encourage everyone in China to please cooperate. There have been so many people encouraging and really pushing us to collect money, because that's the best that we can do at the moment. Collect as much money as we can and send it to NUP so that we help our principal in this endeavor. Yeah, that's my only submission. People power.
Our power. Thank you so much, Miss Bonnie. I want to recognize the team from England, from UK, for their hard work. I'm just relaying a message from the chat room. And Ms. Mai, can we go to Ms. Nakato? Nakiti or Nakato? Someone that we said they would talk. And 1 minute, please, then we'll close.
Haman, is that Brenda Nakato? We have two Nakatos.
Yes, Brenda Nakato should be Brenda Nakato, but as we wait for Brenda Nakato, there's also Hood, as you try to find Brenda, Hood Sempewa from UK.
Miss Madame Nakato, unmute yourself. Okay, what's Hood? How do you spell that?
H-O-O-D, yeah.
Mr. Hood, hopefully they don't collide. Hood is on.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hood. Please be brief.
Right, okay. Yes, thank you very much, Co-Chair. Yes, UK, greetings from UK. And on the 30th last month, we had barbecue.
Comrade Hood.
Yes.
Yeah, just the surface. Just scrape the surface, and then we can move on.
Yes, we had a barbecue, and we managed to raise net about offhead. Well, it's about 6,000. So at the moment, we are happy with that. It was our first fundraising event, and we are planning to do more. Call upon all my colleagues and members of People Power NUP to come and contribute. We need quite a big chunk of money to forward our struggle. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for being brief. Do we
Brenda is on.
Okay. 1 minute, please. We need to close. Thank you.
Brenda, you did unmute. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, greetings, comrades in the struggle.
Greetings, Brenda.
I would like to thank,
we call her Mulongo.
Yes, my good. Okay, thank you very much, comrades, for organizing this Zoom meeting. It has been wonderful. Yes, first time, so I'm sure we'll do better next time. And I would like to thank everybody who spent time to join this meeting. It has been wonderful. Secondly, I would like to thank everybody who's contributing towards the struggle. Comrades, you are doing an amazing job, and let us do our part, and then God will do the rest. And a quick reminder, I would like to remind people, Canada people, that we still have the NUP cards. You can reach out to us, me or Dori Kajumba. Dori Kajumba's number is 647-929.
Comrade Brenda, we need to let go. I think we just have about less than a minute. So I would like to end, and I think I'm going to throw it back to our team lead. But if possible, we can also close with our anthem, Tuja Kwambale Ngule, if we can fit it in. Thank you. Thank you all for being patient and being patriotic and expressing your zeal and interest to take the reins of Uganda to the image and aspirations of our children and their children. Thank you. And I'm Grace Chiboneka from Washington State.
Yes, thank you, Madam Grace. I am based in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. I would give a report on that, but I think we, most of the stuff you'll be seeing and being unveiled, many of you in the Boston community are already aware. I won't go there. I want to give.
Sorry, that's me.
I would like to give a shout out to my brother and comrade, JB Mwonge. I see you very comfortable there. It's always motivating to talk to you, and many other comrades we've worked with. This is not a one-person effort. I can assure you and guarantee you. Also, I want to let comrades know that one of our comrades just lost his dad, the team leader of the Florida team, Comrade Sakayo. If we can take a brief moment of silence to give respect to the fallen dad.
Comrade Mike, can you unmute us and sign out with our anthem? Oh, Lutalo.
Nasigalako tukubeyo ekimeza kyatakisaabiri nga bulijjo. I think meeting is done for now, right?
Yes, but we can sign out.
Abasigalako musigaleko tukubeyo ekimeza paka wetwenyula.
Kindly unmute everyone so that they can join in. Kindly unmute everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That is beautiful nation. We get experience. Thank
you, guys.
Amen.
Thank you.
The national anthem.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
People power.
Sing the Ugandan national anthem.
Power. Mommy, let's
Nange mwebale. Kale jjajja webale nnyo jjajja
Abakololo ne twebaza Katonda bannange.
Comrade Banana Chitio in Colorado, I see you.
Pastor Inebiona, can you lead us in the prayer, please? It's a Sunday morning.
We can.
Ekimeza kitandise ne basaawo yaffe
ekimeza kitandise
asinga okwogera yayogera
wana batasamira ekimeza
ebane edimutwe mbadde genda kuleka ebweru naye ne ŋŋamba wetaaga okumanya principal waali edimutwe kyenva okulaba wetaaga okumanya omukulu gyali ŋŋamba naye webalira embaamu mulyali naawe
abaana baffe abatasoma abaana baffe
bale kale kije tuliko wano
ekimeza kiba bwekituleeta omulamu twatandikidde ku tutandikire ku anite ani